Welcome back to Kingdom Cast. This is your host, Bad Luck Chuck. We back at it again with another episode of Kingdom Cast. Welcome to the post game show. Well, we didn't get the shootout that everybody was expecting, or most people expected, but you know, shout out to Rashad Fitton, man. You know, and,
Sleep.
and shout out to Tyron Matthew because he told everybody to line that shit up. And guess what? He backed up every word he said, along with that defensive unit in general. So the Chiefs went on ahead and won 19-9. You know, it was hard fought, gritty, tough defensive battle. You know, shout out to Chris Jones, man. Chris Jones, big time performance by him today. 5 tackles, 3.5 sacks, pass deflection. And then on the other end, Michael Parsons did his thing too. He had two sacks, one of them was a strip fumble. You know, so it was great defensive line work for both teams. First off, man, Boogie, let's start with you, man. What'd you think about the performance overall?
Man, that defense looked great. Frank Clark, man, this looking like one of the best Frank Clark still. Chris Jones, like you said, 3.5. Reed looked good. Everybody on the D line looked good, but the secondary balled the fuck out, man. Ward, he balled out today. Man, we look great on defense, man. This is one of the best defense performances we done had in a while, man. That pass rush was there all day. Dak was under pressure, man. Spag did a hell of a job with that. Offense, I think we did all right, but Andy just being stubborn still, man. He just won't run the ball. I don't know what's up with that, man. But besides that, we had some cool positives for this game, man. I'm not complaining at all. I'm good.
All right, country. What about
We
getting
need
back
it.
on? Hey, you never know, country. I mean, not country, but you never know, Clinton. She might pull up. We'll see. So, country.
Yo,
What about you, man?
the defense, the weakness, the little brother, the little step, the little redhead stepchild. Boy, y'all better put some respect on their name. Are we finished or are we done, baby? They came for it, all three of y'all. Everybody on ESPN and Fox. The defense ain't this, the defense ain't that. We're gonna have to talk a little different about them today, bro. Starting tomorrow. 7-4 going into the bye week, 4 in a row. Look out. I told y'all. If they even get half of it right, look out. And now we on everybody's on notice, everybody's on watch. Look out. It's coming. Yep, Clinton, the offense is still a little shaky. But with a defense like that, they'll get right. They'll get right.
Yeah, man. Like, defense, man. They showed up, man. Because I heard all week from Cowboys Nation about how the defense wasn't really gonna have a chance against the Cowboys offense. You know, like talking all this noise, man. Talking about what Zeke gonna do. Talking about what CD gonna do. All this other nonsense. Unfortunately, Zeke and CD, they got hurt. You don't want to see anybody get hurt. But at the same time, they came back. I mean, I know Zeke came back in the game. CD unfortunately left with a concussion, but even before that, man, that secondary balled out. That defensive line, man, Chris Jones, Frank Clark, he played another great game. Jaron Reed, I seen him get up in there. Melvin Ingram, I seen him get up in there.
Hmm.
Like the defense is clicking right now, and what gave me confidence leading up to this game today was the last 2 days of tweets from James Palmer when he was reporting on the team, and he was talking about how the defensive unit was dialed in the film room and everything in preparation for this game, and they showed it, man. They was ready for everything that Dallas brought to them, man. So shout out to the defense. That was a brilliant performance.
What more can we say? Shout out to the defense. They showed up all game. They was dominant in the first half, got a little shaky in the second half, but they held them to field goals. That's the number one offense in the NFL today. And they gave up what, 3 field goals? It was what, 19-9, right?
It,
Yep.
Even
19-9. We
with
the only
them
one that
injuries,
scored a
like you said,
touchdown.
Chuck, even what you said, even with
Yep.
them injuries, I don't want to hear that shit, man. They said Jordan Love was a backup. They said it was just the Giants. So what? We taking all them dubs, man. We don't care how it looks. Defense
Yeah,
playing
'cause
like that man,
we
it's
don't
a
we don't
big
get no we don't get those type of excuses when we get
We sh-
hurt or people
no.
showing up or not. We don't get that.
we sure
They
don't,
actually
man.
threw the ball at Josh Gordon today, bro. That's crazy.
He had more than one target. I
We
couldn't
gonna talk
believe
about
it.
them drops.
Yeah, do you want y'all ready to get to the offense already? Because I'm not quite ready to get to the offense just
Nah,
yet,
let's
man.
keep going to the defense. Let's
I
keep
want
going
to keep
to
going on the
Okay,
defense for a
okay.
while, man. Because that secondary dog, like we all agreed that the Cowboys wide receiver unit had the advantage over the Chiefs wide receiver unit. You know what I mean? And we agreed that it was probably gonna be a tough task. But the secondary, they showed up, man. They balled out. They played their hearts out, man. Sleep continues to play a great football. But Travarius Ward, after the first play when he slipped against Michael Gallup, and Michael Gallup could have had a touchdown maybe, but it
Yep,
didn't
first, yep.
happen. But right after that, Ward balled out, man. He got an interception. He had a couple pass deflections. He was right in position. You know what I mean? When Dak was targeting him. So you gotta give it up to him. And Tyrann Mathieu, man, he played through the knee swelling, and he looked like Tyrann Mathieu out there to me, for the most part.
And Snead too, man. Snead with them
Oh
tackles
yeah,
in
can't
there
forget
in them
about
pass
him.
breakups. He balled
Cannot
out
forget
today,
about
man.
him.
He
He
Snead
continues.
play like he heard y'all talking about Diggs all week, and y'all didn't mention him. And he played
mm.
like he deserved to be in that conversation
Did
too.
Diggs play today?
I barely saw him out there.
Yeah.
They was
Hey,
guaranteeing he was getting a pick on Mahomes, right?
Yeah, man. And Diggs, he didn't really go over the Tyreek side that much.
because
Like,
he knew better.
yeah, because the Cowboys, they play their respective sides. And as expected, like they didn't really play much of cover two, if any.
Hey man, props to Mooney though, because last year he was kind of inconsistent. We was kind of a little hard on him. We was on his head a little bit. And today, hey, to
Last couple
Mooney,
weeks he didn't
salute.
bounce back for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, he been having a nice couple of weeks, bro, since he came
But
back.
Cole shut himself down, man. Man, the
Yeah, man.
refs suck
McCall,
this year, period, in football, man.
Yeah,
listen, dog.
Golly, man.
the refs have been
Both
horrible this year.
sides, man. They horrible.
Yeah,
Listen, dog. Like
it's been
it
an
got
issue.
too. It's getting too out of hand, man. Like the sports conduct penalties, man. Like with Trey Smith, I mean Trey Smith was just frustrated about the call. I don't understand what he did, man.
That
And
shit
then
was weak.
oh boy Coleman from Dallas, he the one that initiated the scuffle because he face masked the heck out of Fenton, and then Fenton
And
just
they didn't even
reacted and
call that
retaliated.
initially, though.
They sure didn't.
Right.
The fuck, man.
And then when Clyde scored, man, like you can't even point that at the opponent anymore, bro. Like, come on, man, let
Shoot.
these dudes have fun, man. Like, damn, we can't have no fun
All
playing
the
sports
owners voted
anymore.
on that shit.
Yeah, man, with John Maris soft ass, man, that Giants owner,
That shit
it's
was
just
ass.
terrible, bro. Like all the like I gotta go on a rant real quick. They
They missed
making
the pass
all these
interference on
sports.
us too.
Yeah, they did with Ward, but they making all these sports soft
Hmm.
as hell, dog. I'm sick of it, bro.
Yeah, they are. I'm happy the Chiefs sideline was even happy though. Even when we got that little 15 on Clyde, man, they wasn't tripping off that. You see, Eric Bieniemy was out there kicking it too, man. They wasn't worried about it. You got to let them play, but that shit just that shit gay, man. I don't like that shit, man. Come on, man. Do something different with that.
Oh man. But look who's back. Look who's back as our Cowboys representative
Who
to
that?
talk about, you know, them taking that L, whatever. Let's bring back Dia Wall from KHB 41 News.
What
My
up?
girl.
What up?
What you
First of all, pause. Congratulations. Let me congratulate y'all, right? I think you came out dominant. I think the defense was like, oh no, y'all not about to do us like this all week and talk this trash, and then we gone. So salute, dominant performance, but 3 points in the second half. I feel like our defense adjusted well. If we would have had any offense whatsoever, and I expected the number one alleged offense in the league to show up and have some type of offense. I mean, if we would have had any at all, I think the game would have looked a lot different, but it just didn't. Like, and I mean, I'm a diehard Cowboys fan. That doesn't change based on the outcome of this game or any other game. But I think for me, it's like the people, Caleb, what excuses did I make? No. I just said how I expected the game to go. For me, though, I think the bigger thing is Cowboys fans want to be taken seriously. You remember we talked about Dak and Mahomes, and I said, until you do it, you're going to continue to get the smoke. People will not be a believer until you win. Fake Dia Clinton, I am not fake. Do you see me in these streets? No, it was not a good game. I think the defense did enough for us to win. Our offense just did Nathan. Nada. Nothing. Y'all still want to fire Spags, though?
But none of us wanted to fire Spags. You know what I mean? I've been on
Woo.
Team Spags this entire time.
Woo.
That's some of them other Chiefs fans. Because I said, look, it's the personnel. I said it the entire time, like, it's the personnel, man. Like, you see what happens when we take Dale Sorensen out the starting lineup and put him in as a role player. Just give him a limited amount of snaps.
Yeah.
And put Juan Thornhill
Sneed
back in
balled
the
out,
starting
y'all.
lineup.
Sneed balled out today. I know Chris Jones didn't get a lot of, but like our offensive front just got their ass whooped the whole game. I was like, just like nothing, you know? I mean, say what you will. I think the Cowboys got outcoached. I mean, I just feel like the game plan was smart. I felt like they kept changing like the defense at the line, right? And forcing Dak to choose. And then players were just dropping like flies. I was like, oh God, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad. But I mean, salute. The better team today won.
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean,
like I told you on Twitter, I respect you though, because you stood by your team.
Always.
Even though it looked rough, and you held it down. And
all the things I said were true. All the things I said were true. I said we need to establish the run game, which we did not. Pollard was the best bet early in the game, and we got it that quick. I don't understand why. I told y'all Micah Parsons was going to be a force to be reckoned with. Did I not? That boy is, yes, that was bad choices in the game, but he was getting his like tail beat. We took your fandom. We own you now. Boy, please. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan until the day I die, just like y'all was Chiefs fans. Well, I ain't gonna harken the past, but I'm just saying, at the end of the day, this game doesn't change that for me. I'll take all the smoke. I just feel like the defense tried to keep us in it all the way. Like y'all didn't celebrate till like 3-4 minutes from the end of the game.
And Andy Reid was keeping y'all in the game.
Huh?
Andy Reid was keeping y'all in the game.
He sure was, man.
He kept throwing it. He didn't even try to run the ball. We was in control, man. He's still throwing the ball, running in shotgun.
But this is why even when they were talking about when Tuck was talking about Dak, I said, here's the difference, right? You got to win games like this. And I get that it wasn't all on Dak, but he wasn't his most crisp. He looked like Pat did the first few weeks of the season.
No.
I'm not saying from a performance. I'm just saying like slightly off, like not at his full. Come on now. Let's be real. I have never said that Mahomes was anything other than great. But you know, to start the season, the offense was just not quite as like clicking, right? And I just felt like we got nothing going today. I can't believe it. And today, I just can't stand Arrowhead, man. Y'all are loud as all get out. I was like, oh my God, turn them down. You want to play to take them out of the game, and it's just not happening. You know, I have always said, I said the last time I was on here, like, I salute your fans, man, because y'all show up and y'all know how to disrupt the game. Like that's what it's supposed to be. So salute to him, man. I was like
So
feeling so good after Green Bay lost. I was like, yes, okay, let's just go in here. I mean, if we would have got 2 touchdowns, we would have won that game. The Cowboys have scored more than that all season, except for the game against Denver. Like, so for me, that's what it was. I just assumed, obviously wrongly, that we were going to be able to get a couple scores in. I don't know.
yeah, because if you told me the Chiefs only scored 19,
Mahomes didn't
like,
throw for a single touchdown.
Yeah, we probably
Sure
lost.
didn't.
And 1 interception.
Yeah,
So, like,
and turnovers.
Yeah.
everything that I said was true. Even in the pregame, other than the outcome. I assumed my offense was going to show up and perform. But everything I said.
So where do you go from here with Dak now?
He's still, first of all, I still think Dak is a quality player and good enough for us to win. Right? This was not like the Denver game where they just were flat out not competitive. The receivers was dropping balls left, right, front, back, center. We didn't establish
Side
the
to
run.
side.
Bruh. We didn't establish the run early. And I feel like for me, that would have been game-changing because it just forces the Chiefs defense to respect you a little bit and back up off the line of scrimmage. But they was just eating us for lunch. I was like, oh God. Ugh. You just couldn't look. It was like a bad car accident. But I mean, where do we go from here? Dak Prescott is more than good enough to get it done, right? I don't think you could put that loss on him. He made some good throws under immense pressure, and they was dropping passes like on critical third downs. You got to catch that, bro. But anyway, and normally, again, that's not fully in the character of the team. But I think the people who were saying, oh, maybe you don't re-sign Amari Cooper, boy, you better get that brother an edible arrangement. Send him a coach. Because I mean, I think for us, it was one of those things where Amari was the first domino to drop. We ain't played a game without him since he got to Dallas. And then CD with the concussion, it was like, oh God. So people who don't get a lot of targets, it was loud. You could tell there was all that miscommunication. They liked that matchup before we went for that throw to end the half, but I'm like, we should have took the time out. I understand they like the matchup, but like, I have a semi-tolerate hate relationship with Mike McCarthy and some of his coaching decisions, but that's neither here nor there. I think Dak is good enough to get it done. I do. The struggle, though, is the Cowboys have got to overcome this. When the bright lights come on, it all goes to crap. But to be honest, the Chiefs had that same reputation. Can't win in the playoffs. But I saw them break that in 2019. So I'm optimistic. I mean, I think there's a lot of talent. I think a fully healthy Cowboys team looks a lot different. I mean, our 2 best wide receivers are out of the game. That would be the equivalent of taking, I mean, probably Kelsey and Hill off of your squad. You know what I mean? And I would argue like that's a tough place to play. But anyway, and then we didn't have Lawrence. We didn't have Randy Gregory, and they're all coming back. So, I mean, I'm still optimistic. Huh?
I like some Cowboy fans, man. I like y'all, man.
I mean, I got to be optimistic, right? Like, I don't know that we play the Raiders at home on Thursday.
That's going to be tough down to receivers.
It is, but it's also the Raiders.
Yeah, you got to worry about CD, whether he's going to pass concussion protocol or not,
Right.
because it is a short week.
But what I'm saying is
They're playing Thursday. That's going to be tough.
Yeah, but I think the Cowboys are still going to make the playoffs regardless.
Yeah,
right?
they are.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Have a full and healthy roster for the postseason. And so, like, say what you will, I just like there were some Chiefs fans who were like, oh, we ain't going to the Super Bowl. I saw all of that. Y'all forget I live here. Chiefs fans all down on the season. Oh, we can't get past 500. I was the one encouraging folks at the station. You know? It's a long season. I just think for me, Cowboys fans tired of it. But until you show and prove.
Speaking of showing improvement,
for 0 touchdowns today.
Speaking of showing improvement, when's the next time he's going to have the opportunity to show improve?
Dak, it's going to be postseason. I think it's going to be the postseason. Our schedule is really not that tough. I think the hardest game now is going to be going to play New Orleans. at New Orleans. You know, the Superdome is not my favorite. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a fun place to go. They got a DJ on there, you know, the liquor be flowing. But I think playing at New Orleans, anything can happen. It's kind of like y'all with the Chargers. You know, it's just one of those things. Like, but I mean, we played Washington twice, which they act like they want to be decent now, but I'm not a believer there. I think the toughest games are going to come in the postseason. The Cowboys have to win in the postseason. Like, you just got to. Because otherwise, what is all this for?
Yep, you're right about that. I want to ask you this, Dia. Why did the Cowboys go away from the run game? Like, y'all was still kind of in the game for the most part. Like, why did y'all go away from it? It seemed
I
like
think
y'all kind of panicked out there.
Well, one, I think they got down early, late, right? I think they came out and it was like, oh God, it's way louder than we thought it was going to be in here. You know, oh crap. Like, I mean, Arrowhead is you could hear it. Like, I'm not playing the surround sound in my house. I was like, oh, this is not good. This is not good. And then they get the 3 and out. And then the Chiefs just came out, light work, marched their tail right on into the end zone. But I will tell you, the Chiefs offense didn't look like that opening drive for almost the rest of the game. The defense made the necessary adjustments, and they did just enough to disrupt.
True.
And so I just feel like we got 2 really big pieces. We were having a hard time getting to Mahomes. And then they did what I said they should have done. They let Micah Parsons free. And that brother was out there making plays. I think he's going to have a bright future. I think he's going to be a star. But offensively, I love CeeDee Lamb, and I think he has a lot of ability, but that pick wasn't on him. Dak underthrew that ball. If you going for the corner in the end zone, you got to put that up high and make him go get it. I mean, shout out to the defense, man. In every phase of the game, the Chiefs defense showed up today, you know? And so sometimes you just got to give credit where credit is due. But I still feel like it's a lot of season left. But the Cowboys have got to like lock in when you know the lights are going to be bright and it's a lot of eyes on you. You know, the good thing is we don't have to play the Chiefs, but every 4 seasons or at the Super Bowl if that happens. But I just feel like nobody else really scares me, so to speak. But they just went away from it. And I feel like that takes the pressure off. I think they just got shocked early. And I think Spags, his experience showed, right? Like, I don't know if I was talking to you guys or somebody else, but a lot of people talk, Sean McVay. And I'm like, we anoint people too quickly in the league, right? And I felt this way. I think that probably has something to do with some of the struggles the Chiefs had early in the season. Because I would tell people like, Chiefs fans were talking about a dynasty after the first Super Bowl win. And I'm like, your team is young, hungry, good ownership, great coaching, but like, let them play. When the Patriots won their first Super Bowl, nobody was talking about a dynasty. Just let them go out there and play. And I think sometimes you put too much pressure. I remember telling y'all the Chiefs didn't look like they were having fun. Well, they sure was having fun out there today. Swag, surfing and stuff off beat.
Off beat though.
You know that it was off beat. It was off beat. Thank you, country. Help me out.
Why did y'all defer when y'all won the kickoff?
Here's the thing, because they wanted to get first blood. When in a game like this, right, you want to be able to establish some of your own dominance in somebody else's turf, right? And then they got a 3 and out. And then the Chiefs came out and did exactly what I thought they was going to do. Remember, I told you I wasn't worried about Tyreek Hill. You remember that? Who I tell you I was worried about?
Travis.
He didn't do nothing for real.
And who hurt us more? Kelsey.
Well, yeah, in the middle of the game,
No.
I mean, after that huge drop that led to the interception. But Tyreek was really the major factor in that game. And Tyreek closed the game out too, though.
I completely disagree. Kelsey moves the chains. He sustains drives. Now you need Tyreek for the big play, right? For that momentum, for like the excitement. But like I'm telling you, sometimes we put flash over like foundational. Kelsey killed us today.
But didn't you say the offense didn't really look that like the offense besides that first drive? Kelsey didn't have a catch on that first drive.
Yeah. But I'm just saying overwhelmingly, like y'all didn't hang 5 TDs. How many yards passing did Mahomes end up with?
I mean, did he even get to 200? I think he
Yeah,
barely got over
yeah,
If he
like
200.
did, it was low.
yeah, it was
Below
like
200.
250,
So if
250
Yeah.
max.
so here's the thing. This week, if I would have told you we gonna keep Mahomes to 0 touchdowns and 200 yards, 250 yards, y'all would say the Cowboys won that game, would you not? Bet.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
But
you can't
and what
clown me.
Caleb said also, Kelsey gave y'all that pick, man. Also, so that's
Gave
another reason.
us, gave us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
the
should have
ball
caught
literally
that.
through his hands.
He
He
should
he
have
Yeah,
got to
caught
catch
that.
I
that.
feel like CD should have caught a ball or two too. I'm just saying, come on. Players make
I'm
plays. Players make plays. And now I gotta sit and listen to everybody. Well, if 75% have come off a receiver's hands. And shout out to your quarterback today in the press conference because he was like, but I done had some almost turnovers that went the other way. So I'm like, thank you. Like just
oh yeah.
but I mean, say what you will. If I would have told you that Mahomes would throw for 0 touchdowns, an interception, and 260 yards, you would have said the Cowboys win that game all day. And I
And he
thought
gave up 19 points
Oh yeah.
and only had 19
19
points.
points. So it's not like we just got the. Now I think early it was like, oh shit, this is gonna be a bad day. But our defense, like they bucked up. Like they was like, oh no, you ain't about to just clown us today. But our offense just didn't show up. But if I would have told you just the end stats, 0 TDs, 1 interception, 260 yards, and 19 points. Y'all would have said the Cowboys win that game.
Yeah.
But they didn't. We got and it hurts.
But people never give our defense any credit. Like that was the weakness all year.
They was giving up hella points to start the year.
Yeah, of
And
course.
so I think they tightened up, I don't know that it was as much this week that people didn't respect the Chiefs defense as much as it is the Cowboys were the number 1 offense coming into this week. So it was less about what the Chiefs hadn't done and more about what the Cowboys had done. Nobody was in here like, oh, the defense just gonna get cooked. I mean, even I didn't say that. I think for me, I just felt like our defense was gonna do enough. I mean, when you asked me, I felt like offensively we had more weapons and more ways to hurt the Chiefs defense. I never came out and said, y'all was the ones talking about Sorensen, keep him out the game. I ain't say none of that. So like for me, it's that. I don't now other people, all the national shows, only one I watch is Stephen A because I just know he gonna drag us every chance he get. But like I don't really keep up with all of the national media and sports writers and stuff. I never really had that feeling. But the reason the Chiefs got so much criticism defensively is because they were giving up crazy amounts of points, 30, 35 points a game to start the season. They've obviously put in the work and tightened up. I think
They got healthy too.
yeah. But I think sometimes like
a lot of injuries too.
I just think sometimes fans and teams in particular get all in their feelings when people give them valid criticism, right? And it's not character assassination from my standpoint. People are analyzing what you put on the field. And so I like Dak Prescott. But if you ask me, did he play well? No. That's me. Like Kellen Moore, everybody think he the future. And I'm like, he's young, but he got outcoached today in grand fashion. I just feel like I'm a realistic fan. I'm never gonna be that chick that's like, oh no, all the officiating. And let me tell you something, I absolutely hate the way Chiefs Kingdom complains about the officiating. And Troy Aikman is all in on the Cowboys. First of all, Troy Aikman is critical of everything.
He was though. No, he was on Cowboys a little bit though. Just a little bit. He was.
That's all.
And them calls was bad both ways. We said that calls was bad both ways.
Well, no, I said that too. When we talked, I said officiating period has been trash all season.
Yeah.
Some days
all over the league, yeah.
Some days it's gonna hurt you. Like that face mask was one of the most egregious I have ever seen. I was like, so you just missed that? The brother had a hold on it. I said, and was like he was wrangling a gator or something.
And the ref was right there.
Right there. I agree.
He brought him to the ground and took his helmet off. Like
what are we doing?
We got away with a pass interference on y'all too. It was just horrible all around with that. It's been like that all year, man. Something need to happen.
Well, and the grounding call, I think, for me was the bad one. I was like,
Yeah.
you ain't never gonna
Yeah.
see me tweet about like penalties and all that. I'd rather keep it to the other stuff. Only team I'm gonna criticize publicly is my own. That's just me. I don't know. Yeah, Fenton with that shooting gun, be smarter than that, man.
That's
You
for
know they
Chiefs
gonna
Twitter.
get
That
him,
meme is for us, man.
but you
Yeah.
know they gonna get him for it. And
Oh yeah.
you in the city
That
with a
meme
record
about to go
homicide
crazy.
rate. I
Yeah,
mean,
That,
it's
that
just
yeah,
meme
like,
going
man.
crazy, man.
but it's just like read the room. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, you could have done anything. That taunting
But
on Clyde was BS. Anyway, I'm
him
sorry.
pointing and laughing,
Oh my.
if he would have just kept it at that, that would have been so beautiful. Because it was just like you mad, and he was just
Yeah,
laughing. And I
yeah.
know that would have made me want to go punch him.
Oh
If
yeah. I mean, salute to y'all. I will say, I just I will say y'all need to quit playing with Jones and just stop trying to, because the brother balled out. I was like, oh God. The
Man.
experiment gotta be over.
Oh, I think it is over. I think
Yeah,
it is over.
yeah,
I think the one of the sacks he got, he was on the edge, but that's been cut down a lot. Like
yeah,
I don't think you're really gonna see that much anymore from Chris Jones on the edge.
yeah.
He's definitely
there's
back in
no
his natural
reason for it.
positions.
None.
There's no reason
None.
for it.
Yeah,
None.
because
Especially you got
Ingram
None.
Melvin
playing so
Ingram.
good and Clark playing so good. Yeah, they
Yeah.
playing so
Y'all
good.
Snead is gonna be a star.
Hell, even Alex Okafor played good today. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no need for him to be an inside, especially the way Reed and Nadi are playing. Like, we don't need it. Like, we don't need no gimmicks.
Y'all
So
Snead
don't.
is gonna be a star. That brother was everywhere. I was like,
Yep. Paul. Oh
Willie
my
Gay
goodness,
too.
Paul. Paul.
Willie Gay
yeah,
was active today too,
hey,
man.
that speed, he was closing on them boys. I said, God Almighty.
hmm
Yeah.
But I want to ask a question for everybody in the room, man. Like after the game, a lot of people was complaining about Clyde Edwards-Helaire again, man. Like it's really getting annoying. Like today, he got in the end zone. He averaged 5.3 yards a carry. Did it look all pretty and flashy and stuff? Nah, but he was still kind of effective out there in his touches. Listen, he had 12
Okay.
12 carries, 63 yards at a touchdown. 2 catches, 13 yards out the backfield. So he had 76 yards of total offense on 14 touches. That's not bad for a return. You know what I mean? I just don't get the hate. I just don't get the
Again,
hate.
again, Jonathan Taylor had a good game. Hooray for Jonathan Taylor. Did we miss on Jonathan Taylor? Probably. But you know what? We're still in first place. We're still going to the playoffs.
And the
We're
West
still
is
Super
a mess.
Bowl contenders. We still have Patrick Mahomes. Stop bitching about stuff that's not going to change. It's not going to change this year. Do you think Indianapolis is going to send us Jonathan Taylor? No. Do you think Seattle's going to send us DK Metcalf? No. Shut up about it. Kareem's not coming back. He made a mistake. Nobody's pointing the finger at him. But he's all, but he was leading the league. Who cares? Clearly, Andy Reid don't want to run the ball anyway. So we would waste him if he was here. So shut up about it. Move
Uh,
on.
I don't know
God.
about waste. I don't know about waste because I mean Kareem Hunt, he was about to.
We would be sitting here having an after show, and you'd be like, well, Jonathan Taylor only got 12 carries today.
Nah, country, that's not true
Yeah,
because Kareem
but
Hunt
you
was
know
being.
what?
But time out, country, time out. Hold on. Kareem Hunt was productive. He was putting up the same production and was being a better receiving back until the incident he had off the field with
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes in
Kareem
comparison to
was
what he was playing with
also,
Alex Smith.
you know what else Kareem used to do? Run into the back of his offensive lineman the same way Clyde does all the time.
Hey, nah, don't compare them,
I
country.
don't
Come
know
on,
about
man.
the
Don't
I'm
do
same
that.
not.
way. I don't know
I'm
about that,
not.
Hold
bro.
on, man.
I
Yes.
don't know
Just
about
leave
He
that
that.
has
alone,
more.
man.
No,
I think
no.
the biggest difference.
Kareem is more of a closer than Clyde, but Kareem didn't just come out averaging 8 yards a carry, bro. Come on now.
I mean, you're right about that, but
I think he provided a certain amount of physicality. That's what.
exactly.
So
He had too much physicality on and off the field.
stop.
Oh
Stop.
God.
Nah,
No, I'm
man.
just saying, like, you want to have. I think that's what your fan base is missing. You want to have somebody who's gonna run somebody over. And that's just not Clyde's thing.
Yeah, he might punch you too.
Man, we beat them there, the best team in the NFC, and y'all talking about Clyde Edwards-Helaire today, man. Come on,
That's what I'm
man.
saying. That's what I'm saying, dog. I'm like,
Come on, man. We just beat the Cowboys. Everybody had us losing. And y'all talking about Clyde and Jonathan Taylor. That's crazy, man.
I done told y'all about that. Y'all love
That's
to play like
wild.
everybody hate the Chiefs and everybody underestimate us and we these unsung heroes. Boy, get out of here.
my thing is
Taylor,
this, man.
go watch some Kareem. We gonna chop up this fable tonight. I'll show you plays where Kareem run right into the back of the guard. Plenty of times.
But my thing is this: what we should all be talking about today is the
I ain't
Chiefs
gonna
have.
win today.
I know the Chiefs have proven the last few weeks that they can win any which way you want, whether it's with the offense, whether it's with the defense, whether it's special teams, any way you want. The Chiefs will find a way to win. That's what we should
But
really
we
be
got
talking
spoiled
about.
fans. We got fans that don't enjoy winning. We got to win a certain way. We got to win by putting up 35. I don't care if we put up 9 points. If we win, who cares?
Man,
what's more important, the W or the number? I'm about W's.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about numbers. It's W's. This ain't college football, bro. We're not getting graded and judged by no committee.
Yeah. I agree. Wholeheartedly.
Hey, man, I love Kareem just like everybody else, bro. He gone. Marcus Peters, he gone.
Yeah, leave that alone, man.
Let it go.
Yeah.
So, Dia, what's the Cowboys' outlook moving forward throughout the season, the rest of the season? I mean, you got the Raiders on Thanksgiving. You got the Saints. You already mentioned that you don't really like them going there. But then you pretty much got the division and then the Cardinals. So, I mean, what's the outlook for the rest of the season regarding your team?
Before I predicted us going 12-5 to 13-4. That's probably where we're going to land. I think. I'm not terribly worried. I mean, there are teams that scare me a little bit. I think the Packers, because it's the Packers. We just got a lot of history with them. The Rams don't bother me. They just don't. The Cardinals.
As long as they got Matthew Stafford, they shouldn't.
Exactly. The Cards, I'm
still going to take the Cardinals serious, though.
Yeah. I mean, but even today, I mean, yes and no. We'll see. It depends on at what point in the season we got to see them. You know, my biggest thing is we got to get number one healthy. Number two, we need to be able to put together like the complete game. That's what I'm looking at personally. Especially against the folks that like you got to beat. You know what I mean? I'm not impressed by beating Washington football team. It doesn't really do much for me. A win.
Hey, that was a quality win for us, dear. Don't be disrespectful.
Well, no, we got to play them twice in like 3 weeks. I hear you, but I just feel like it's the NFL, and there's not that much parity in the league. Like people can talk that, but it's rare to hang 40 on the team in the league now. This ain't, to your point, this ain't high school football. This ain't college football. So that's the biggest thing. I just want to see them put together a complete game.
There's no style points in the NFL. There's none.
Well, but I think Chiefs fans want style points.
And Matthew Stafford, the first game he have a great playoff game will be the first game he have a great playoff game, if that makes sense.
I know. But that's the big one. We got to get healthy. Amari Cooper needs to get the freaking vaccine. He's the only one on my roster. The only one. He cost us this game. But whatever.
It would have been a little different. I ain't gonna lie to you, because I mean he is the best route runner on your team.
So did you lose any confidence in Dak today?
No.
Did he win anything?
No. I think for me, you got to be able to dial it in when the lights are bright. Period. You know.
So we can call them empty calories now.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, because I think it happens, right? I think it happens to all good quarterbacks. Say what you want, like Clinton. Oh, Jesus.
Clinton is just
extra.
He got a crush on you or something.
It is what it is. I think the bigger thing for me, I feel like Dak Prescott is good enough for us to win, right? People want to argue the merits of greatness and levels and all this other stuff. Okay. But what it boils down to for me, he's been clutch for us, right? He has given us comeback wins. I don't think it's a matter of he can't handle the pressure. I just think he was getting the living daylights beat out of him. And I hate when people call stadiums a hostile environment, but if there is one, you got to put Arrowhead up there. Offensive line was getting no type of help, like just none. I mean, so I feel like, I don't think I lost confidence in him. I want to see how my team performs fully healthy and with all of our weapons intact. Cooper's a much bigger factor than the average person, I think, realizes. I was cool when I was like, okay, we don't have CD. But up until the daggone pass that took him out, he'd only had like 2 or 3 targets. I don't care if the man's covered. Like, I don't care. But that's the way, that's what it is. If it was a fifth, you know the rest. I haven't lost any confidence in Dak Prescott. Lesser quarterbacks have won championships.
Yep, that's true. That is facts.
He got to get over that hump, though.
He does.
He looking like Peyton Manning in college right now, where he just couldn't win the big game. He
won big games for us. He won a game his first season. We beat Seattle.
Something that Romo didn't do.
That's what I'm saying.
Romo was
and keep in mind that was fresh out the gate. So, and I get it. It ain't the championship. It ain't the Super Bowl. But Dak for me is not the issue. The play calling was trash. I was like, wait, what are we doing? What are we doing? Oh my God. Like, so people want to hang 25 years of history with the Cowboys on Dak Prescott's shoulders. And I don't think that's fair. Because y'all didn't do that with Mahomes.
Yeah, because we didn't know what Mahomes. Dak has to go on Sunday Night Football and beat a top tier guy. He just has to. One day.
To be fair, we played really well against the Bucs to open the season.
Yeah, very well.
Dak Prescott played lights out. Like, he has been doing really well. So for me, it's like it's 50-50. It ain't like we just getting destroyed. Like, even today, the first quarter, the Chiefs were incredibly dominant. But that settled as the game went on. And people in here comment like, well, we knew we won. It's the NFL. Get that mess out of here. So, like,
but hold on, dear. Like you said, there are no style points. There also are no moral victories either.
I didn't say it was a victory, and I don't call it a moral victory. But what I'm saying is, Denver just embarrassed us.
Right.
This was not that.
And this was the stage for Dak to come out and prove everybody wrong.
100%.
He hasn't risen to the occasion on those things. Last year it was New Orleans.
It's unfair, though. I think it is really unfair when.
But that's the standard, though. That's Pat Mahomes had to beat Brady. He had to go up against Big Ben at the time. He had to beat Deshaun, Josh, Lamar.
I mean,
I get to beat those guys.
And they've beaten him too.
Barely.
I mean, recently.
Oh, so now they're.
Recently.
This is the first year they beat him.
But
he was up 3.
He already beat those guys. He already beat those guys, though.
I mean,
he was up 3 on Lamar.
Yeah, he was undefeated against all of them for a while.
Yeah.
I was in Tampa.
No.
I'm sorry.
No, Tom Brady, no. That's the only guy. That's the only guy that's been in the way.
This is the first time Dak Prescott has played Patrick Mahomes. The first.
Right.
Like the first.
Okay, so he gotta take down. It gotta be like a primetime big game where Dallas coming in 8-1. New Orleans is coming in, well, not New Orleans because they don't have a quality quarterback.
Not right now.
It's a quality quarterback in the NFC. All the young guys are in the AFC. So Russell Wilson. So you got to come in with
like you said, it's the Packers and the
Bucs. Huh?
Wait, what?
The Packers and the Bucs in the NFC.
But he already beat Russell in the playoffs.
Okay, so he got to beat Rodgers then. Who's the equivalent? Who's
I
the
think
stat?
Rodgers is the biggest one.
Who's the measuring stick in the NFC for you, quarterback wise? Outside of Brady, we know Brady, we know Rodgers.
It gotta be Rodgers.
She
Yeah,
said Rodgers over Brady. She been saying Rodgers over Brady, which is a little wild, but
It's
Yeah.
not that. It's just that I feel like
Whoa.
it's because of the history. It has nothing. I'm talking about the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Recognize, you talking about the quarterback position, but I'm talking about like as a team. Tom Brady only been in the NFC a couple seasons. It ain't like, I mean, he was in the AFC for forever. So I think that history is a little bit different.
Mhm.
The Cowboys, if there was a team that's burned us, I would say it's the Packers, man. That's the team we got to beat to prove our worth.
Yes.
just like
Definitely.
well, we had to finally beat Denver when Peyton was there. Like that was the step,
Yeah.
and we can't take you serious
Right.
until you beat Denver.
Right.
So I can't take Dak serious until he beats the Packers.
And I'll tell you, I was actually on Chuck and Boogie's side. Like I was like, nah, you can't. The reason why he is not part of that conversation, you have not shown improved, right? And everybody wanted to be mad early in the season talking about Mahomes, but like, go back and watch the tape. That was not Mahomes 2 seasons ago, right? So, I mean, you got to call
Kevin,
it.
you tripping. It's not Kyler. It's not Kyler. I'm sorry.
He's
sorry,
playing
Kyler is good
like
though.
an
Out
insane.
the young ones in the NFC.
Yeah.
He's too hurt, bro. He got to get over that injury, bro. He got to
Yeah,
give me a
that's
full
true.
season, bro.
That's why the cards don't scare me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I've never seen Stafford do it. That's why he got it. He got to show me.
I agree. And I think your fan base, y'all got to see your quarterback win early. But he could also be like Aaron Rodgers and never win again.
Yeah, that's been brought up many times.
I don't
Yeah,
know
I
that
think
that'll
we
be
got a smarter front office than Green Bay.
I mean,
I was
I'm about to say at the same time though, Mahomes is better than Rodgers, man. Let's be real. He's better than Rodgers. Rodgers, he's only a regular season quarterback to me. He done got to the NFC Championship game like 5 times, and you only been to one Super Bowl. Like you've had many moments of coming up short, and most of it was your fault, man.
Okay, do you think Rodgers is a front runner?
He
When it's
is.
going great, he's great. But when it starts to fall apart, he mentally checks out.
no.
I think he is.
He mentally checked out of that last playoff game because he really could have ran that in and scored. But I'm just going to throw it.
Dude,
No.
the 49ers be kicking that dude's ass every year in the playoffs.
Kevin, yeah.
Yeah.
When
Yeah, we
Peyton
did.
set the
Marcus
passing
Peters
record, he
benched
threw
him,
4
man.
interceptions that day and we benched him. So, yeah, go Google. Google, Kevin. Thank you. Sorry about that. Yeah.
You good. I mean, here's the deal. A season is not made or lost in one game. But I'm 100% with you. I feel like
But a legacy is there. A legacy can be made in one game. Okay, never mind. You disagree. Never mind.
Now, but I will say this. This was the game for Dak to prove to the country and throughout the world, football fans throughout the world, that he deserved that contract. Now, I still believe in Dak. I still think
you deserve that contract.
yeah, I still think he deserved that contract. But that media perception, you know what I mean. But it is what it is.
He's a star.
Everybody that's an MVP candidate that had a bad game this year now. Every quarterback.
I mean, and the thing about it too, I just personally feel like I really would have loved to see him with like his full receiving core out there. I just think that would have opened up our offense a lot more and given him more options that I feel like are that second nature read for him. So I don't say that as an excuse. You're supposed to win the game. Period. But like
He's definitely a star. To be a superstar, he has to go into a hostile environment. I know we don't like that word, but he has to go to Lambeau in the cold and bad weather and pull out a victory.
I mean, but we went to New England and won.
That was in the
Yeah.
regular season. I'm talking about the playoffs. He got to do it in the playoffs.
Let's be real.
He got to do it on the
You haven't
stage.
had to go on the road to win a playoff game since I've been. The road has always gone through Arrowhead.
Yeah,
I mean,
we,
yeah, for the
You
most
can't
part,
say you
yeah.
gotta go on the road and you gotta. That's not fair. You just gotta win in the postseason.
what are you talking about?
What road playoff game?
We had to come. Oh no.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
because we good though. Like, what are you talking about?
No. But you the one that said you got to go on the road in a hostile environment. I will tell you, early in the season, I said the number one thing that made me nervous about the Chiefs was I have not seen them win in the postseason when they have to chart their course on the road. Every game's been played at Arrowhead, and I think today shows you, not that y'all didn't know, but at least the Cowboys fans, Arrowhead is like an extra man on. It's 12 man on the field. Our offense looked confused. They didn't know what was going on. It was like, wait, 1, 2. I'm sorry. And so for me, the Chiefs haven't had to go win in the postseason in Foxborough.
We had.
We just lost. We just lost though.
Exactly. So home field at Arrowhead, I tip my cap. Not to say that you couldn't win, but I'm just saying, like, you just got to win in the postseason, period. Doesn't matter where it's at.
Yeah. Hey, you can't argue with that, country.
A signature.
You can't argue with that one, country.
I'm not. I'm saying that when did Michael Vick become the superstar guy? When he won at Lambeau, right? In the cold, because nobody don't do that.
Right. Brett
You know
Favre
what
was
I'm
like
saying?
undefeated. Wasn't Brett Favre like undefeated at Lambeau in the playoffs or something like that? Until
Yeah.
Vic finally, yeah.
Yeah. I don't disagree. You just got to win in the postseason.
Look at my little bodybuilder back here.
I see that.
Show him that gut. Show him that gut. Show him your muscles.
Get it.
Bird test.
Look, I got to go try to put my kids in this tub because Lord knows I wasn't doing nothing for them 3 hours. Salute on the win. But I'm just really mad. I was like, oh, yeah, the defense going to be the difference maker. Our defense did enough, y'all.
Yeah, they did.
I told
They
you
did.
about that front four and that Arrowhead mystique, and you laughed at me.
Oh, and then
You didn't laugh at me though. I'm just.
hold on, D.
I'm exaggerating. You didn't laugh.
To be fair, why would I not expect the team to do something that they have done consistently all season? Give me 2 TDs. We win that game. After everything, all we needed was 2 TDs and we would have won that game. The Cowboys have done that all season. I expected that to be the baseline. I thought us stopping Mahomes and company was going to be the hard part. And for the most part, we kept them contained once we made the necessary adjustments, you know?
No, y'all fault, man. And you went down waving your flag, and we appreciate that. I respect that.
Oh, forever. And again, we only play every 4 seasons, so I'm rooting.
You did get bruised and battered, and you got blood all on you, and your flag is broke.
The Raiders got battered and bloodied. We didn't get that.
Your flag is all tattered and got bullet holes in
it. If Mahomes came out there and hung 5 TDs, 400 yards, I'd have been out here with a bourbon like shh. It wasn't that, you know? No, there are no moral victories, but this wasn't Denver. This was us playing what I consider, even before then, a really good team.
Oh, okay. So here, last question though, before you go. Does this hurt more if we were to put like 505 TDs and y'all just got blown out the water, or does this hurt more that y'all had the opportunities?
No, getting blown out would have hurt more. Our 2 starting receivers did not play the game, right? Like that right there. If you would have told me that you would not have Kelsey or Hill, you know you nervous, right? Paul said the Cowboys defense did nothing to impress me, honestly. How many teams does Patrick Mahomes score 0 touchdowns on? How many?
Not that many.
It was the Jags, wasn't it? Wasn't it like the Jags didn't even not throw a touchdown? That was like the first game.
Nah, I think did he do that like against Atlanta? He had no
But,
touchdowns.
like, not only that,
Oh, yeah.
260. Come on now. The Cowboys defense did enough, especially without our two key pass rushers. I'm thrilled with that. I think they fought. I think they battled. I think they tried to keep us in the game until the very end. Nah, it would have been way worse to get blown out. I want them to be competitive at all times. I think they got punched in the mouth early, and it was hard to get the train back on the tracks after that.
Yep. And Dia, we was warned by Clarence in the chat on the last episode that 142.2. Now you know it's real.
I mean, here's the deal. I've been there. Like, I know it's loud, but for me, I still expect you to go in there. Like, why was that not part of the game plan? Why wouldn't y'all crank that mess up at that expensive facility out there in Frisco? I mean, I really feel like, say what you want, like, they out coached us. Period. Like, for me, that's where it starts. So you could say, well, we didn't have this weapon, that weapon. Yeah, it would have been nice because I would have liked to see what Dak could do with a full toolkit. But I don't think that's anything to sneeze at. I have the utmost respect for your fans. I hate my fans. Boy, they be in the stadium sitting down with their Gucci belts on trying to drink margaritas, not cheering. But I
really expected to see you in the Des Bryant jersey with the face paint and like a helmet.
Hey, look, I got these two kids. I'm on mom duty up in here. My husband upstairs down. No, but the big one for me was that I felt like our offense, if we were middle of the road, we could have won that game. Our offense did nothing. And so from a defensive standpoint, I was pleased. I was very pleased with what they put out there. And I think you guys should be too. I think your defense came out and played. I think they disrupted. I think they did what they should do.
Yeah, simple as that. Well, Dia, we appreciate your time. We appreciate you hopping back on for the post game. You were a great sport.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Hey, salute to the kingdom. Y'all enjoy this win. I'm glad it only happens every 4 seasons.
Oh, thanks. Oh, by the way, thanks to you and Jay Tuck. Y'all had like one of our second biggest viewed YouTube posts last week.
Yay.
So we got a lot of feedback about you this week. So,
oh, good.
A lot of great feedback.
You know why? Because win or lose, we're still America's team. Night, guys.
Oh, bro. Enjoy your night.
Appreciate
it,
dude.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye, Dia. She's so wild, man.
Great energy. A lot of great energy.
Yeah.
So, fellas, man, it's on to the bye week, man. Got Thanksgiving coming in a few days, man. What y'all got planned, man?
A lot to eat. Hey, next week on the show, we're gonna go to our early show. So this is the homework for the week. Watch the bold prediction show. We're gonna come back. We're gonna analyze what we predicted, what happened, what didn't happen, what came close, what's on pace or what's not even on pace, and we're gonna go from there. I know I think I tweeted out the episode too that we did the bold predictions. So yeah, I know we were talking about Tyron having COVID for like the first half of the show.
Bruh. That was crazy.
Yeah,
Then he almost didn't play today.
Yeah, that was like scary. Like, man, he hurt his knee doing something silly or in a workout.
Yeah, they said
like, that was scary.
They said it must swell up overnight. I said, bruh, no,
yeah, I was
bro,
a
this
little
can't be
spooked,
happening.
man.
I said, I'm not trying to see Daniel Sorensen out there full time, bro. No.
Hell no.
No.
Yeah, that would have been a different game today. Definitely.
Yeah.
So we're working on something special for the bye week. We are going to do a show. We are going to give it the same thing. And we might even, if we're not doing the show, we will do a Spaces or something like that. So we definitely doing a show, though. So.
Yep. So with that being said, people, that's going to conclude another episode of Kingdom Cast. Chiefs are now 7-4 on top of the AFC West, heading to the bye.
Yeah.
And now we wait to see what else happens. You know, we're going to sit back, enjoy Thanksgiving with our families, see how things turn out for week 12 while we sit on the sideline, and then we're going to go from there. So So thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share all your social media platforms. Till the next episode, we out of here.
Lenny, say peace.
Peace out.